if you're picking Carolina to win the SEC, then you're either allergic to money or you're just brain dead. One of the two, because they haven't been able to get out of their own way since the beginning of time.
Good morning, dog fans. Uncle Lou here. Well, the spring game just ended. Spring practice wrapping up yesterday. Not a whole lot going on between now and the start of summer and fall camp. I did go to the G-Day game. Had a good time up there. I posted a couple of videos. Go back and check them out if you haven't seen them already. I got some good pictures up there. Took my kids up there. They had a good time, but I got some good pictures and some good videos, and I made a video recapping sort of what I thought about the G-Day game. So go check those out. But what I thought I would do is start a series of videos here, and this series of videos, I don't know, I'll do one a week or one every week and a half or one every couple of weeks, something like that. But what I want to do is sort of a position-by-position breakdown of the Georgia roster heading into 2015. So I'll take each position group individually. We'll do one position group per video, and I'll talk about that particular position group, the guys we have coming back from last year, new guys coming in for this year, some of the expectations I have for the group, some strengths, what are the weaknesses. And we'll just take it week by week and position by position. So I hope everybody enjoys these videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below about these position groups as we go on with them. Thanks for watching. Okay, now up first, we're going to talk about the running back situation at UGA this year. But before we do, let's all wish Todd Gurley the best. Looks like he's going to get drafted pretty high in the first round. We're going to miss him between the hedges. He was a damn good dog. It was a shame how everything played out last year with the autograph scandal, the suspension, and the injuries. But the bottom line, he was one of the best to ever play, one of the best to ever wear the red and black. We're all going to miss him. So best of luck to Todd Gurley. Well, if Gurley leaving is the bad news, this has got to be the good news. This guy's coming back. Nick Chubb, number 27, everything last year as a true freshman. Stepped in after Gurley got suspended in week 5. All he did was rush for 1,500 yards, average 6 or 7 yards a carry. Durable, holds on to the ball. A freak athlete. He doesn't have the breakaway speed that Todd Gurley had, but he's plenty fast. He's a track star in high school as well. Big things expected out of this guy this year. Near the top of everyone's Heisman list heading into 2015. Have to avoid that sophomore slump, which we see sometimes with a lot of these players. Hopefully he can build on the success he had last year. And he's going to have to be a leader on the offensive side of the ball. Not a lot of experience returning at quarterback, which we'll get to in a later video. Bryce Ramsey did start a couple of games last year. Not even sure if he's going to be the starter heading into next year, though. So I look for Chubb to be a leader on the offensive side of the ball. He's going to have a lot of weight on his shoulders. The hopes and dreams of Dog Nation really ride with Nick Chubb this year. I think he can handle it. He proved last year a level of maturity. And I think he can handle it. We need to have a big year out of this guy, and I expect that we will. Of course, we're hoping he stays healthy. That's the most important thing. But if we've learned anything over the last 2 or 3 years, It's that you need to have a minimum of 3 running backs that are ready to go. Luckily for Dog fans, we're in pretty good shape here at the running back position. Behind Nick Chubb, of course, we have Keith Marshall. Came in the same time as Todd Gurley did. They were 2 of the most highly recruited running backs in the nation when they signed with UGA. Marshall has suffered from the injury bug. Of course, a big knee injury 2 seasons ago that kept him out for the second half of his freshman year. Nagging injuries last year really slowed him down, limited his action. We need him to be healthy this year. We need a second and third back that we can rely on, and Keith Marshall has shown flashes of brilliance. There's no doubt about it. Track speed, freak athlete, but he's got to stay healthy. He got nicked up again during spring ball, sat out the spring game, so he didn't play at all. Chubb played a few series, but we need Marshall to stay off the disabled list this year. We're going to be relying on him. He would make a great third down back out of the backfield. He's a little bit smaller than Chubb. And Sony Michel, who was the other running back that came in last season with Nick Chubb. He's out of Florida. Again, very highly recruited. Showed flashes his freshman year last year. Also suffered the injury bug, of course, a broken collarbone. Sidelined him for a significant portion of last year, and he re-injured it in the spring game this year. So Michel and Marshall, some serious concerns here with durability and injuries. Hopefully they can get that turned around this year. Like I said, you need 2 or 3 or 4 running backs you can rely on, and we're going to be counting on these guys this season. Even if Chubb stays healthy the whole year, you need a rotation at the running back position. And Marshall and Michel hopefully will be a big part of that rotation. And now here's a name you might not know. A.J. Turman. Now, like I said, I was at the spring game. This guy got the majority of carries during the spring game, and he delivered over 100 yards in the spring game, 2 touchdowns. He's been sort of the odd man out. He didn't play last year, but he's going to get some opportunities this year, particularly if Marshall and Michel can't stay healthy. And for you guys that aren't aware of this kid, haven't heard of him, go on YouTube, check out some of his highlight tape. He's the real deal. He would start at a lot of other Division I schools. He's got great potential. Now, of course, you never know how somebody's going to react when the lights turn on in a real-time game environment. But expecting big things out of this guy this year. And last but not least, Brendan Douglas. This guy's from Augusta, same town Uncle Lou's from, same place I live. A great kid. He's been a workhorse the last 2 or 3 years, stepped in at some critical times over the last few years when we were really hit hard with the injury bug. And last year he seemed to have gotten over his fumble problems that plagued him the season before. So very reliable, more of a sledgehammer type running back, short yardage and goal line situation, but a reliable running back, and like I said, you can't have too many of those. Okay, now the last running back I'm going to mention, because I really don't want to leave this guy out. He doesn't get very many carries, but he's one of my favorite players on the team. The human dump truck, Quavon Hicks, fullback. Now I hope he gets to play fullback full time this year. We had to rotate him into tight end a little last year due to injuries, but with the return of Jeb Blazevich and a freshman that we have coming in, hopefully he can stay at fullback where he belongs. This guy's just an animal. Like I said, one of the best fullbacks I think in college football. Fullback, a position you don't really see that much anymore with a lot of these teams running spread offenses and things like this. And look at this picture. This is one of my favorite pictures. I easily could have put a highlight video here of him running somebody over, scoring a touchdown, or a devastating block, something like that. But this is one of my favorite pictures that circulated around last year. But yeah, Quavon Hicks, fullback, the human dump truck, one of Uncle Lou's favorites. Well, there you have it. UGA's 2015 running back breakdown. I don't think it's any big surprise here, but definitely the strength of our team this year, without a doubt. In my opinion, one of the deepest and most talented offensive backfields in the country, a legitimate Heisman contender in Nick Chubb, several legitimate backups that could start at most any other school. Look for big things out of this offensive backfield this year. If we could avoid injuries, then it's going to be a good year for Nick Chubb and company. Sony Michel, Keith Marshall, Brendan Douglas, A.J. Turman, and of course the human dump truck, Quavon Hicks. So thanks for watching and listening. Like I said, I'll upload one of these once a week or so. Until the start of summer and fall camp. So until next time, good morning.